Welcome back here on the Sports Ticket on Katy Country 94 as we're joined now by Ryan Isbell, coach of the Beloit Trojan track and field teams. Well, Coach, good news is you're home for your regional and have a chance to get a lot of your kids qualified for state here at this 3A regional and getting ready for that today. So just kind of looking at the regional, I know just on the girls' side, your team has won every meet that you've been a part of so far this year, so you're having a great season on that side. Boys, obviously, as far as team scores, hasn't been in that realm, but have had a good season with the throws, and Eli Johnson is really standing out there like he did a season ago, among others. But if you can, first look at this girls' side of things and the Lady Trojan track and field teams and how you stack up in this regional and what the competition looks like.
Yeah, sure. First off, we're just really excited to be given the opportunity to host it. I mean, it's great for our kids. It's obviously a lot of work, and we got a lot of people to volunteer a lot of time to put this on, but for our kids to not have to travel and to be able to compete at home again, that's great for them, just with their overall mindset and to be able to compete at a regional at your home track. We're super excited for them. On the girls' side, we've had a great season so far. The girls have really stepped up every week and competed really well. And for regionals, they're sitting pretty well. They've put up pretty good marks all year, and they're seated kind of right where we thought they might be even at the beginning of the year. And when we start to project some things out, there's as it's seeded, which things don't ever fall that way, right? But as it's seeded going in, the girls are right there with about four other teams, within anywhere from 3 to really we'd probably say 7 or 8 points between us and southeast of Saline and Smoky Valley and Lakin. So there's just kind of a whole group. It's much like what we saw last year with the girls' side, kind of overall throughout the state, of just a lot of quality across the board, whether it's field events or on the track, and every team just brings kind of a different element. And when you have all those different elements at the end of the day, then those team scores get bottled up, and it's where can you pick those points up along the way. And we think we've got 3 or 4 places where we can do that, where we can jump up, and you've always got those kids that surprise you too, and we're excited for that, and we're really hoping for that.
On the boys' side, as we mentioned, you've had some success with some throws here this year. Eli Johnson is really toward the top of both the shot and discus in 3A, it looks like, and your guys have done what you've asked of them, obviously, this year, and just looking at where they kind of stack up with chances to qualify for state. Obviously, it doesn't look good team-wise, and then what's the competition like? Sounds like there's some pretty good boys' teams at this meet as well.
Yeah, speaking of just quality, I mean, it's boys and girls. It's we joke every year when we get to a coaches meeting, and it'll probably get said tomorrow, of welcome to state a week early. It's one of those where if you get out of your regional, you're going to do really, really well at Wichita next week. But on the boys' side, yeah, Eli's had a really great season, and both the shot and the discus has some really good marks. He's sitting second in both of those. So the state leader in 3A is a kid from Lakin, so he'll be here. So not only is he sitting second in 3A, he's sitting second in the regional in both of those. And all those events, you could just pull out a hat probably and say, well, these are the top kids in the state. Well, if you look at boys shot put as an example, you've got a kid that's thrown 59, a kid that's thrown 58, a kid that's thrown 55, a couple 53s, a 52. I mean, you don't see state meets like that. And that'll all be, on display at this regional in particular, and that's just one example of it. But discus will be the same. We got a couple other guys, too, that, Brody Boudreaux has had a great year, is looking to get in as well. Brody Linton's had a good year. Bryce Beisner in high jump, it's his first year out for track, and so it's just taking him a little while to come along in the high jump, and he's sitting kind of right on the cusp. He goes out and has a good clean day and sees how things go for him, and it could be a really, really fun day for him.
One of the things that you look at with this, too, is so the top 4 qualify for state, but when we're going back and looking at the girls in particular, if you're trying for a team title, is even those 5th and 6th place spots are pretty big for you, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, you don't want your kids that are seated in the top 4 to slide to 5 or 6, but any of those kids that can jump up and get some of those extra points with it being as close as it is, that's absolutely right, Dusty. I mean, every single point's going to count throughout the day, and those definitely don't get discarded. As much heartbreak as that goes into a fifth-place finish, you never want to see that at this, but those points certainly help out the team at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Had a great season so far, Coach. Ryan Isbell, the Beloit Trojans, here joining us on the Sports Ticket. We thank you for the time. We're looking forward to seeing everything here this afternoon, and best of luck today, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate your time, Dusty. Thank you.